Looks like the green light's on.
I hope that works. Yep, that's good. Yeah. Okay.
You need the lights on?
Yep.
We're ready to go. All right, we're going to call the meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go say amen, Tim.
Amen, Tim.
Okay, all right. Okay, I did get an email from Annie earlier, and she said she would not be here today. And Brett will probably be here. Depends on what time he got off work. So we have Michelle is here, Justin, and Tim.
Present.
Here.
Here.
Gotcha. Okay. Tim, did you get an email for the agenda?
I'm looking for it as we speak.
Okay.
I'd like to ask for an addition to the agenda,
Okay.
just under other continuing business. So, give her a moment.
Okay. So just put your name there, Todd.
Yeah,
and
Todd
stuff?
Luckman talks about the law.
The law.
The law.
He's gonna put his.
Move to adopt the agenda with the change as noted.
I second it.
You are on.
Jerry, are these folks on the agenda?
They're not on the agenda, but they will have an opportunity to speak. Becky's on the agenda, and we'll discuss that at that time. Is that okay with you, Nancy?
Yeah, that's fine, as long as I get it.
Yeah, you'll get an opportunity. Okay. All right. Okay, we have a motion to approve the agenda with the addition of Todd. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, seconded by Michelle. Any discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Move to approve the minutes from December 12th.
Which we getting up to all of this thing.
I'll second it because I don't know who he's talking about.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes of December 12th by Justin with seconded by Michelle. Any further discussion? Those in favor? That was an aye from Tim.
Yep. The big one is bigger. 3-0.
Okay, I wasn't looking, sorry, so I'm sure there is your, okay. Appropriation ordinance 1502.
I move to approve appropriation ordinance.
We have a motion to approve the appropriation ordinance 1502 by Tim.
Second.
Seconded by Justin and Michelle at the same time. Okay, roll call vote. Michelle,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
passes. Okay, public concerns or comments other than,
So you want me to wait?
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I think we're next.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay, all right. At what point do we ask Leslie to bring us all hot chocolate?
Now would be
Yeah, it
good.
has
Yeah.
already been done.
Jeez.
I thought it would be here waiting.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna start with Becky and her department report.
Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting you.
we had
I
that.
talked to you on the phone for a year.
Okay, I guess I didn't hear that part. Nancy and I spoke, and the car, the keys were found.
Yeah.
They jumped the battery,
Yeah.
aired up tires,
Yeah.
and moved the vehicle to where it's at now. It's legally tagged
And insured.
and insured. And there's somebody, she's waiting on somebody to, Nancy's waiting on somebody to come get the steeple out of the yard.
If I decide to move the steeple,
Uh-huh.
my, thing would be, I don't plan on moving the trees that are growing up under that steeple. I can move it, I'm a little bit like we have complied with everything that we've been asked to do. So if I move that steeple and I want that tree to grow there, then I'm paying taxes and stuff on that property. And I want to be approved to leave a tree where I want a tree in that, on that property.
There's 4 trees growing there. You want
There
all
could
4 of
be.
them?
Yes.
They're going into the steeple.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that's why you want to move the steeples, because they're growing into it, right?
Right.
And I want to ask Tim a question. Can you hear everything that's being said, Tim?
No, I can't hear Becky at all.
Okay, I thought he would have trouble. Did you
Never
hear
heard anybody say that
Did,
before.
did you hear what Miss King had to say?
No, I couldn't hear any of you.
Come closer.
I thought it was all Becky.
Oh, okay. If I may repeat what I understood her to say, she has a steeple in her backyard and there's roughly 4, maybe 5 trees growing up through it.
Okay,
She wants to keep the trees, but she wants to move the steeple, and she wants assurances from the city council that if she removes the steeple, that she's okay with the trees in that yard. She wants to allow them to grow.
Be just like any other tree. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be.
I don't see a problem with it.
Did you hear those comments?
yeah, I got it all now. I'm caught up. Thank you.
Are
Okay,
the branches trimmed up to an appropriate height, meaning there's not branches?
They're not large trees yet.
Okay,
There's ones that started from,
Overgrown.
yeah,
Okay.
overgrown. You know, how when the yard doesn't get mowed regularly, trees will sprout up.
okay. Has there been a resolution passed on this violation?
Yes. Yes.
What's the number of the resolution?
Oh, wait, that's not hers. Sorry. 1 second.
It was the last meeting, wasn't it? I guess not, 12/12/22.
number 2. 12,
Oh,
12,
oh,
12,
yes,
22,
there were 2.
number 2, I believe.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
well then, and this is a record of the public hearing as requested. So what I want to make sure is clear here is that the violation for the inoperable motor vehicle is resolved because it's demonstrated as being operable and not a nuisance, right?
There's still a donut on it. And
Well,
the-
go around town and see how many
And
donuts
then-
are on a car.
Well,
And
it's-
if that's
it's
a
movable.
concern, it's
It is
movable.
movable. They
That's-
jumped the battery. They aired up
Mm.
tires.
I mean, that's what we're here to
Mhm.
decide is if that violation is resolved.
It is.
Okay. Done. And then we have the issue of the steeple. And that's.
And the steeple, it wasn't the issue of the steeple, it was the trees growing underneath.
Yeah.
So is the steeple going to be removed or not?
Yes.
Yes, we were going to plan on moving the steeple before now, but with the weather, and then my husband has surgery tomorrow.
When can the,
And
When
so
can it be moved?
can we wait till spring? When's my deadline to move that steeple out of there?
what's the pleasure of the council?
I don't know. Springtime.
I mean, that's
Okay.
what I am complying. I'm doing what I can with the tools I have.
Yeah.
And right now, between weather and my husband's health, and my son had a mini stroke, so that was my other option. So I'm out of options to get help to move it at this time and in this weather. So
Now, as far as I'm concerned, you're not getting me out in this kind of weather doing anything anyway. So I can't imagine much of anybody else doing anything unless you're a mailman.
Well,
But
but
I
For the city
understand, I understand.
employees.
Pardon me?
For the city employees.
Or if you're a city employee, yeah. But that's just my thought.
Well, the normal course would be that, is there anything else that's a violation that needs to be addressed?
There's still some weeds, but I mean, those could be cleaned up at springtime also. They're
They're definitely not growing now.
they're
but-
not right.
And what weeds are we talking?
Up by the house, the church, back on the back side of it. By
So was
the
that part
by the
after we had
basement
mowed,
door?
or was that after we had
We got
mowed
one pilot, we can get the other one, so there's still some back.
the ones that you guys tried to get during that windy storm thing that you were out there in the cold?
Oh.
Yeah, we have given an effort, and when I drive around town and see some of the houses that look a heck of a lot worse than mine, I want to get credit for that I'm trying.
Yeah.
So we don't bring other people in when we're here talking about your property. When we're talking about somebody else's property, they're all separate issues.
I'm saying if you're going to say to me,
But we're not here talking about anybody else's property. Just
no, I'm
yours.
talking about mine, and I'm talking about comments that were made to me when I came to address it. When I addressed the fact that my husband is going through health issues, and the comment was if he was going to live or not, that one irritated me. The comment of how my yard is supposed to look compared to somebody else's property, that one made me mad. The fact with trees that weren't necessarily planted there, that one. And I'm been very nice on this. You're going to run up across people if you talk to them like that during it. You're
I
gonna,
want you to go on record. I don't know who you're talking about, but I never said that.
well, that was
So
said.
that was not me. And
And
Well,
that
we're
was
just following the city ordinance.
Let's address, let's
so. I'm just
put all that behind us and let's address the current issue, which is everything's resolved except for the steeple. And the
And
question
is there a
becomes, when can we
reason
get it
why the
moved?
steeple has to move off of that land besides the fact that there's a tree growing up under it, the brush?
What's the question?
No.
Is there a reason why the steeple has to be moved aside from the fact that there's trees growing up around it? Like if I move it and I leave it on the church property, which is where it was, keep it weed eated, is there a reason why it can't stay there just moved away from that brush that they're talking about?
I mean, it's not habitable. It's, could it become a place where animals could get into?
It is. They can get underneath it.
But an
As
animal
it is,
can
as it
get
sits now.
an animal can get under a lot of
Mhm.
things. Like I mean,
Well, how is it secured to the ground?
it's sitting on the ground, which it's been sitting there for probably, I couldn't tell you how many years that it's been there.
Mhm.
I'd be more complacent with a steeple if it was trimmed all the way around it. It's just obvious nobody has trimmed up next to it, and that's the reason that the trees have grown up around it. I
Correct.
would say, I mean, I'd be happier if the trees were gone as opposed to the steeple, but that's just my opinion.
But if I move the steeple, leave my trees and keep it trimmed around until I decide what I am doing with that building, is there a reason why I can't do that?
Well, if you're going to move the steeple to another part of the yard, aren't we going to have another steeple that has a circle of trees growing up around it?
Not unless my husband has health issues again and we can't get it done.
It'd take a while. I mean,
I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
And I'm perfectly okay with you waiting till spring to do
yeah.
what needs
Whatever
to
I
be done.
decide to do.
It's too
let's give a
cold.
date, please, to this.
Yeah, because spring goes till June 21st.
Do like
May 31st.
That's when it starts, right?
I mean, that's 5 months.
Spring starts in March, it ends in June.
What's that?
I'm fine with that. Yeah. End of May.
And I don't plan on, I mean, I know people will say this, I don't plan on just
Okay.
ignoring it. I didn't plan on ignoring it, but I didn't plan on, I
Then
mean,
you
some
just-
things aren't planned.
I'm just curious, you just recently bought that property, is that correct?
No, I've owned that property for probably since the
About
last
20
15,
years.
20 years.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay.
I've been
And-
in
and-
Eskridge for about 38 years, and this is the first time I've had to
Yeah.
deal with anything.
Now, has
to
that
this
steeple
issue.
been there the entire time you owned it, or was it there before you bought it? But
Right.
it was on the property when you bought it.
No, Joe Mercer delivered it to us and said it used to be there,
Okay.
but it's been there for about that,
Yes,
like,
yes.
yeah. For about 15 years,
Yeah.
it's been there.
And I'll tell you what I've told thousands of people, it seems like already. I can't vouch for what the previous administration did
Right.
or did not do.
Right.
So I hear this a lot. Well, we've been here X number of years. And it's always been that way. Well,
And
unfortunately for some folks, we're hitting them up with it because we're trying to improve the appearance of the town in order
Right.
to help try to encourage people to stay here.
Right.
And everybody will get hit with these letters here pretty soon. You just happen to be one of the first groups.
Right. Probably
first group.
because some of them you're going to run across, and if I'm going to guarantee if you get talked to like I got talked to, you're going to run across some people
Well,
that are going to push back.
I'm sorry you experienced that with whoever it was, but I don't plan on talking to people like that.
Right.
So hopefully it will move on from here, but yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you.
So I'm going to plan on by spring, around springtime, as soon as I can get the weather and the manpower
Mhm.
to move my steeple. If I decide to leave it in that yard, then I will agree to keep it trimmed up around
So
it
it doesn't, sure.
along with the whole place, and then decide what I want to do with that property.
See, what happens over time in situations like that is when the stuff starts growing up in there like it is
Right.
and doesn't get attended to, then you've got your possums and your raccoons and skunks and everything else coming in town looking for shelter.
Right.
And there's a house across the street from me that somehow a coon has eaten a hole in the siding or something, has got up underneath it, and they've had to call somebody in to try to trap that thing, get it out of there. But they do that, and that's what we're trying to avoid, that kind of nuisance as well. So
And I don't have a problem with you guys telling me that it needs to be done. That's not my issue at all.
right, I understand. So you have did you shoot out a date, suggestion,
Yeah.
possibility?
May 31st, I think.
But the way you probably want to handle this is there's somebody would have to do a motion to continue the resolution until
The
June
hearing
6th or the June 13th meeting.
or June, meeting.
And
Yeah.
do I need to come to another meeting? What do I need to do when I am done with it?
If you fix it and you clear it with the public officer before then, they will report that you have complied, and that will be the end of it.
Yeah.
If you
Okay,
do
and
not
then-
comply, then you should be here.
And then once I'm complied, will I get a letter that says I am in compliance?
I think it's up to the public officer, but yeah.
I could do that if that's what you
Okay.
want.
Okay.
June what? Meeting?
13th.
Well, that's got to be a motion.
No, I think-
Oh, we do have 23.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah, 12th.
12th. Is our
Oh.
first meeting
Oh,
after.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong calendar.
I moved to continue this until June 12th.
I'll second.
Is that a Sunday?
No, it's a Monday. You're looking at the wrong
Yeah,
calendar.
that one.
Just hear that.
Oh,
We might as well. We might as well
June
take it
12th.
down.
We got through
Okay.
a couple more days.
Okay, we have a motion to extend, is that the proper word there,
Right,
Todd?
let's continue.
To continue the resolution 1222 22-2 to June 12th, 2023. And it probably goes without saying that if it's not, then the city will come in and move it for you.
Okay,
Okay,
that's fine.
so we have a motion on the floor. I think it was by Justin, seconded by Tim. Any further discussion?
I just want to point out that if nothing gets done to the property until the end of March, that's probably going to sway our decision that we're going to make on the 12th. Like if the work is waited till the very last
End of
second.
May.
No, you mean the end of May? As long as it's done before the 12th, we don't have a problem with it.
Right. Well, I want the yard to be upkept during the spring season.
Oh,
Are you saying if
yeah.
I don't mow until June?
no.
That's
That
exactly what I'm saying.
would be a different issue, Tim. We can't address that. I don't think on this.
It will sway my decision.
Well,
I'll go on record saying that.
Well, that's noted. And let me tell you that common sense will tell me that I need to keep the yard up before then. Just saying.
Okay.
gotcha. Okay, all right. Any further discussion? Those in favor?
All right.
Okay, passes 3-0. June 12th, basically.
Right.
Okay, for you.
Gotcha.
And on June 13th, we'll have an answer. Either you'll let us know or Becky will let us know. Okay. All right. Okay, so that one's done. Becky, you have others?
Mhm.
Nancy King and husband, you guys don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting unless you just
Oh,
want to see what's going on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Y'all be safe.
So I handed out copies of this resolution just for you guys' read. This is gonna be the one that's gonna be signed
Okay.
if passed. And it's property 314 East First Street.
We
This
got
will be
forgot
the-
about this one for a long time.
Did we,
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, did
Yeah,
we
this is
already
the
pass a resolution on
We
this? or-
did.
Okay,
Extended it again, and the property owner has had some health issues. Seems to be the theme, but
Well, if it happens, it happens.
Becky, you've talked to her several times. Is she not?
since it started September 2nd is when the first letter was received. So it started actually before then because I went and visited with the property owner before that. So this resolution letter that I just gave you guys should probably be the final one. There's, if you guys will see, and I have the property is covered by debris of offensive nature to the adjoining neighborhood. Pictures are on file. Because, I mean, unless I went down there and sat and I could, list out everything. But I think if you go by the letter and it describes, then city employees could pretty much figure out what needs to be removed. And I have pictures.
This is the boats and the jet skis and the old stuff.
No.
right?
This is, hey there. Sorry. So if you want to pass these pictures around, do you recognize this property? Of course, it's not gonna look like that anymore.
yeah.
She has made lots of pallet sheds with tarps on them. I don't know if that passes.
Meaning in a while she just leaves pallets up against them.
No, yeah.
So anyways, if you guys want to pass those around, and I'll give those to council, so.
Okay.
Or to the employees,
Has the property owner ever said anything about coming to the county,
sorry,
to the
no,
city council to discuss this with us?
no, but I did, however, on the letter, I put, please call to be put on the agenda.
Right? Yeah, I
Did
see
you see
that.
that?
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't think I can make it any more clear.
No,
Than
I
that.
understand that's in the letter and appreciate that being there.
Okay.
I'm just thinking this number of times that you've talked with her, I just cannot imagine her not saying that she would come and tell us what's going on.
Well, she's told,
If there's reasons
she's
why
told
she
me and
can't
she
do
knows
this.
I'll pass it on to you. That's what I'm thinking she's
Yeah.
thinking, but
Yeah.
I can't speak for her, but
Right.
that's just what I would think.
Yeah, I've been by that place, property several times and it's definitely
I mean-
not in the best of shape. We even had 2 trees cut down in front of it.
Yeah, it looks nice. So I guess I'll just wait and see if you guys want to pass that.
So let me ask this, we don't have a resolution already for them to do something about this? We've just been sending letters out to tell them to have it done?
Sent a letter. She received the letter. Visited with her, extended it for 30 days. Then I presented the letter, spoke with Deb, we'll do a walk around property on October 31st. Okay, so sent the letter out and she said she was gonna do it. After the resolution letter was sent out.
We do have a resolution.
The first
on file.
resolution letter that was sent out,
What's the date on that one?
10/10. 22. I spoke with her. She said that she was going to do the work. We walked around the property. We discussed everything that needed to be removed. Made out a plan of attack. We discussed getting at least the front yard done first. And yeah, that was November 11th. Toured the property, made plans to have the front yard cleaned up by the end of December. Well, this is December, and no progress has been made. I spoke with her today. And she doesn't have a real plan to get it done because she said she's ill with heart problems and her son is ill with cerebral palsy. So I told her, well, it looks like you're going to get help from the city.
Mhm.
And she said, she just shook her head.
Like a whatever, or it's okay.
I think well, of course, I don't think she wants to go that direction. However, this has been going on since before September.
Yeah.
And this is the second resolution letter. I mean, there is,
Todd, what do we do after the first one goes on?
Well, I'm not unsure of the terms are confusing me. There's letters that go out to people.
Right.
that give
which was
them-
done.
Okay, then this is a resolution. There's no resolution letter. Mixing terms.
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand, because if we have a resolution that's 10-10-22, it'd be like this, but it's
Yeah,
not with,
yes.
with what needs to be done. And I don't
Yeah.
think we have that.
Yes, we do.
You do?
Yes.
You passed it.
It would have been passed in October.
Right here. I wrote copies on it. I wrote on that one too. That's my handwriting.
In what way does it
See that, please? Get Justin.
affect the morals?
That's a legal term of art. It's not meant to be literal, meaning that people are going to be doing something bad.
It's been signed by us.
It encourages bad behavior.
Here is where she signed for it on 10/13.
Okay, does that give her, it's
You
not,
told me sometimes we send out two
well, to what?
resolution letters.
No, I don't think so. I think what you
I
do,
must have misunderstood. So
if you look
anyways,
like, but there's nothing wrong with doing it this way either. Sending out a new resolution and saying, we mean it this time. What the reason for the resolution, the only reason the resolution process exists is to give due process notice to the person to show up and contest their case at a certain period of time. 10 days or whenever it is it says by ordinance. So if they get that, they receive it, they have a period of time to dispute it. If they don't dispute it in that period of time, they're asking for a hearing or coming here and having a hearing, then you guys can abate.
So,
Correct.
so is that in here, or
and
the opportunity
yeah,
to?
because so this to me would be, if this got sent to me, it would be confusing. And so I haven't really got much luck with sending these out. So that's why I added this paragraph right here, because it is plain, simple,
That paragraph?
yeah, to the point. There's no misunderstanding that. That's why I would like you guys to read it, just, because some people read things differently. I don't believe it is.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because the way the legal terms can get confusing.
Yeah.
Does it say the 10 days up here, and that's just the reason I'm? Oh, it does.
She handed these out.
Yeah, that's.
It says, and that's what's confusing. Maybe that's why I put it on there. Because it really doesn't. It says. The city shall fix a time and place at which the owner, agent, lien holder, may appear and show cause why. I think that's just really too vague.
Well, it's only vague in the sense that the 10 days are an absolute deadline to ask for the hearing. That doesn't mean they get to have a hearing within 10 days with the council. It just means that they have to ask within 10 days.
Within 10 days, right? It
So,
doesn't say that in there, right?
so why that
so we
says
just said a hearing.
shall
I guess,
fix
is that-
a time and place
Once they notify us that they want the hearing,
and the show cause. Well, you don't have a hearing unless they ask for one.
right?
Well, okay.
And I was told that we have the hearings on the same days the meetings, right?
So it helps
So that's
everybody,
why I
I
put
think.
it right here.
So,
Please call to be put on the agenda. City council meetings are second, fourth Mondays of the month and begin at 7 p.m. Is that right? If we have not heard from you in 10 days after receipt of this letter, it will be assumed you want us to move forward with abatement and assigning the cost to your tax roll or prosecution with daily fine excess until nuisance is resolved.
Yep.
Because those are the two options.
So now I'm going to go back to ask the original question, and I will rephrase it. The original resolution went out 10/10.
Mhm.
Nothing was done. So,
We did not request it.
so we don't need to send this other one out technically.
This is it.
That's it.
Unless you feel like the lack of that last paragraph may have confused her, but it's not really your problem, I don't think. So you can, at this point, since this has not been responded to, by her requesting a hearing, is what I know, that you can abate the nuisance. You can also issue this resolution, give her that extra, that other chance. You've already got it written. You'll have double the protection now. Nobody can accuse you of a due process violation because she's had 2 chances.
And especially since the second one says you
Yeah.
got 10 days to notify us. Okay,
So this
All right.
this is belt and suspenders.
right.
I like suspenders.
I like belts, but the bottom line is, I think that's probably the way we should go. This would eliminate any possible out that they might have that they didn't comply. I mean, they could maybe push it that, I didn't know I had 10 days or whatever they're trying to push, but I don't think it's going to hurt us to do that. I don't think.
Agreed.
That's not my decision.
Okay, Tim thinks it's good too, and I'm thinking that it does not have to be mailed if you deliver it personally. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, it's got to be served in some way, either personal service or
Certified mail.
I would rather have
If those
certified
are
mail, so
working,
it's not
then-
my word against her word.
yeah.
Not that she would do that. It's just, I don't want to have to ever run into that.
Yeah, because because that back, there's no way to verify that on the back.
Yeah.
That you actually did that. So yeah, let's send it certified mail tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Well, I mean, do we assign it the same resolution number instead of
put a new one on there.
the new one?
12, 27, 22.
We'll move to give it that number and pass the resolution.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to assign resolution number 12/27/22
I'll second it.
by Justin, seconded by Michelle. Any further discussion?
And that's for passage as well.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We approve it first or after passage
No,
first?
no, he just numbered it. So this is
Okay,
a passage.
okay, any further discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 4-0. City resolution number 12/27/22 passed.
You guys are really gonna love this next one.
It's okay. That's okay.
Because this property at 304 Second Avenue had already had a resolution letter sent out. On thank you. Put this back for me. On December 12th. On December 16th, they signed for it. on December 20th, sent an email to City Hall. I just received it today. I had surgery and I've been out all week. This is the first day I've been out. And I sent back an email. So the email that she had sent was requesting more time. And it has been bitterly cold. Do you want me to read it? Anybody?
Yeah, or yeah, either read
It
or
says,
paraphrase, whatever.
I am in receipt of the resolution dated 12/12/22. Will there be a council meeting on the 26th or will it be moved due to the holiday? I would like to address this via email if possible, but I understand if I need to be present with the council or on a Zoom call possibly during the meeting. I would like to request an extension of time to resolve the issue due to the weather. I am actively working to get the vehicle removed either before the next round of weather hits or after it has cleared enough to proceed. The cardboard was not mentioned as an issue in the previous notice. To say that no attempt at correcting these matters is false. Trash and limbs have been hauled and some of the tree trimming and weed removal was done. I do agree that more needs to be done in order to be in compliance. Again, I would ask for an extension to make appropriate improvements to gain compliance prior to the city moving forward with abatement, as I feel it can be resolved without further action. I replied because I guess I was just in that mode, try to, as long as we're resolving, moving.
As long as you're working with it.
Yeah. So I put blah, blah, blah. I understand. I apologize if the letter sounds like you had not accomplished anything. However, the statement that read, nor has the owner otherwise attempted to correct these violations in a manner satisfactory to the city, letter was signed on November 9th. In the first letter sent, the letter stated, you will have 10 days from the receipt of the order to abate the conditions of said property. It had been 33 days since the letter had been signed for. I'm happy to hear from you, and you are more than welcome to call to be put on the agenda at any time. If you are happy with the extension of January 31st, that will work for me as well.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
It's just the weather's so unpredictable.
this we're stopping level here. Level setting is she's asked for a hearing.
Mhm.
Everything else she said is irrelevant.
Right.
So we need to. She's not here, I'm assuming.
No.
My suggestion is that you set this for your next meeting. Give her somebody communicate to her that it'll be heard at that time.
Yeah.
And she can bring everything she wants in.
Just like the
Okay.
previous one tonight.
Well, did you hear where it said she would rather do it by Zoom
Well,
or
No.
email? She
That's
said,
not out.
actually, she did not. She said she would like to address it via email if possible.
no.
I think she needs to be here physically.
I agree.
Okay.
So where is she that she can't be here physically?
Well, I don't know.
If,
I mean,
if it's the same person I've seen
that's
working out there,
personal.
then they're moving around pretty good. I've seen two people, a man and a woman out there working on that since that letter went out on 2 separate days. And I thought they got quite a bit cleaned up in those 2 days that
I
I
don't
tried to
think so.
send
I
it.
think we're talking about a different property.
Okay, let me see which one you got pictures of the one you're talking about. Oh, okay.
Okay,
Looking at this one.
and they did do a lot of work, and here's the
That's
deal.
not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of,
Yeah,
is that on your thing to talk
It
about
is,
tonight?
I've
Okay.
got quite
All
a few
right,
to
so
talk
I apologize, guys.
Yeah, room where their layout would actually
So,
work.
I apologize, guys. I was in the wrong
I
house.
agree.
Sorry.
This is what I keep running into is people will go and clean up some and think that it's okay.
Back on track. If you want to, that one's to set a hearing. That's your action.
Okay,
But they haven't done
but
it.
I've already,
But they haven't, the council hasn't done it yet. So you guys, I'm directing them.
okay.
I understand.
Sorry.
Yeah, I understand. So have you already replied to them, Becky?
I did, but I could tell her I was wrong. And
You're
if
not,
that's what I need to do.
yeah.
She gave him till the 31st of January.
Of January.
Well, she didn't
Well,
give
this
him that.
is-
She said that if they were fine with that, she'd be fine with that too.
But that's not what the resolution says. You got a resolution.
Well, the resolution says to respond within 10 days.
Now, we sent the resolution out in December, did we not? At the
Yeah.
last meeting, which was,
They signed for it. They got it on December 12th.
they received it on the 12th?
Yes.
That's the day we wrote the resolution. You delivered it that night?
No, it's what it says on here. So somebody must have just wrote the wrong date. I'm sorry, 16th.
16th. So
Right.
they had until the 26th,
Okay.
basically, to
Resolution
respond.
was approved on the 12th. They
Okay.
signed for it on the 16th. I'm sorry.
So they
I'm,
had,
I'm gonna tell you how this breaks down.
Okay.
If you wanna continue with that resolution, you have to continue it until the hearing occurs next meeting.
January
Yeah,
9th.
if you wanna give them the time, give them the time, but there's gotta be a new resolution at the point. Either do or do not do it. Then you may start the process over.
So let me interrupt you and ask a question. They notified you yesterday? Is that when you got notification? Because
No.
today's the 27th.
On the 20th, they emailed, and I spoke to you before about this. I don't get those emails because they're on that computer. So
And
I-
we added you to the
I have
contact
not.
list, did we not?
I have not gotten any email.
I'll address that tomorrow. But
So
they
I,
notified the city then on the 20th, according to the email date.
yes.
So they notified us within 10 days that they
Correct.
wanted a hearing. The 10 days would have been tonight if we'd got that response and told them to be here tonight.
Yeah.
So I don't think we need another resolution letter is what I'm saying. I'm
Well,
just
no,
saying we
I'm
need to
s-
notify them they need to be here on the
Yeah.
9th. Because they have requested it within a timely manner. Now we have,
Okay.
and we've decided to have the hearing on the 9th.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to have it on the very next meeting when we get a notice like that, right? Okay, so we don't need another resolution. We just need to notify them that the hearing's been set for the 9th at the city council meeting, starting at 7 PM. That's where I'm going with that, not to take anything away from anybody else, but I just wanted
Well,
to,
and I think that the difference is, for your purposes, is once we set the resolution, I think there's gotta be a real solid track about how this gets resolved, because these guys are the ones that decide what the next step is. I know in other contexts, when you get a letter out or whatever, you're given full authority to work with them. At the point in which this becomes a resolution, it's gotta step up to this level, and because we got a duty, a legal duty to give notice and have a hearing, and that's, if we start losing track of that, we just end up spinning.
right,
So,
Okay.
and it balloons,
Yeah.
gets worse.
So is that it on that one?
well, I think you'd wanna, is
You
it
doing a
the,
motion to
Yeah.
set, okay, I'll move to set, hearing for, January 9th of 23. 304 East Second.
Three what, what's the address, 3 what?
304 East Second Avenue.
Second.
Motion to have a hearing for 304 East Second at the January 9th, 2023 meeting, city council meeting starting at 7 PM by Justin, seconded by Tim. Any further discussion? Those in favor? Tim? Okay, so that passes 4-0. Got another one, Becky?
Yes.
Okay.
Um. Sorry, those names are real similar. So the property that resolution was passed, and so once again, I did it wrong. I will stop doing that though.
Well, no, you can still send them out, but with the correct information on it, okay?
well, they're correct, the information is correct, it's just,
With the addition, that one paragraph.
Well, I don't make any. I don't deal with them anymore after the resolution. Just set up hearing.
Yep.
And leave it at that. Okay, got it. So, anyways, the property that you were just talking about, there was a resolution sent. You know where you saw them out working, and the
Mhm.
yard looks so much better.
Mhm.
I just got a phone call one day after the resolution was sent out, telling me that they were going to get it done, but I didn't hear anything from City Hall. And
Can you tell us who gave you the phone call?
Mrs. George Bennett.
Okay, she's the one that called you and said they were gonna get it done. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So, but I don't know how she got around to calling me,
I don't either, because nobody's contacted me about that property at all.
but they are working on it.
Yes, they were.
They've done a lot, and I've spoke with them today again.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, because they have 2 trailers full, they're gonna go dump those so that they could put more in it. And they've got solid plans and working when the weather's nice.
So we have.
Yes, I know, I screwed up. Quit shaking your head.
No, that's okay. We have a resolution for them to get something done. Okay, they've been in touch with you. You're looking at the property. I'm looking at the property. It is being cleaned up. I think we need to have them in here on a hearing on January 9th as well and give them a final date, just like we did the other people.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
The only thing I don't have a problem with it, is just, I think there ought to be a clear statement by them that they're requesting a hearing. Meaning, barring them saying, we're cleaning it up, to me means I admit that we have done something wrong. If
Well,
they,
they said that they were, but they knew it was bad.
but they don't say, I want to come to the council
Okay,
and dispute
you're
it.
right. You're right. I agree.
That means that you guys can abate it at any time. Now, you don't have to pass to abate it today or next week or next month.
I'd rather they do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
And that's
we-
just
we would
exactly
all-
what you're
That's the
doing.
whole idea,
Yeah.
just to get the folks to do it
And-
themselves.
And the next step could be, a month and a half from now or a month from now, the things slow down and nothing's getting done. You can tell them, the council's taking it up to pass a new resolution or make a motion to have the boys go out and actually clean it up and take everything away. And they say, well, what we said we're going to clean it up, and you're going to say, you had 10 days to give us notice that you wanted hearing, you did not. You're in violation. That's it. So and you're taking too long. And that basically they've thrown themselves at your mercy for the actual final step, which is abatement. So at the moment you guys decide on this one that you're tired of it, you want whomever, hire somebody, have city officers clean it up, boom, bring it up in a meeting and do it, authorize it, done. See, that's what happens when you don't ask for the hearing. And I don't have any problem with you saying to them when they do that, when you get to this point, saying, well, I'm going to get it done. And you can tell them, that's nice. If you want a hearing, it's available to you. But if you don't have a hearing, they're going to basically abate it when they want to.
Okay.
Because
So it's in their best interest to have.
yeah, because otherwise this just kind of continues to roll on forever.
What was the address? Yeah, I noticed it. For some reason. I don't know where it went.
Cedar.
It's on Cedar, 211, I think,
Yeah, that sounds right.
right? 211 Cedar.
That'd be 212.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Other side.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know.
On the east side. So
Oh, you know what? I bet the city guys have it.
do what?
I bet the city guys have it.
Have what?
The file. Because they were supposed to go abate it. I mean, I didn't give it to them. I made copies of pictures and everything, remember?
Well, then that might be how they called you.
But I don't know where it's at. I wonder. I don't know. And then
Well, I
I'll ask Stephanie. She'll probably know.
agree with what Justin said. It'd be better off if they cleaned it up than for us to go in there and take care of it.
No kidding.
And so the next question then becomes, are we going to give them that opportunity on our own? Or are we just going to totally ignore what they've done so far and do it ourselves? That's really where we're at here at this.
Well, if they're already working on it, let's let them just keep on working on it.
That's where I'm at too.
Well, I've only seen them work on it for 2 days. I haven't seen them out there since.
But then with that-
but the weather's nasty. I understand that.
Well, we got some 50-degree days coming for like the next few days. Let's,
They plan on working tomorrow on it. So they said today.
Okay, do you hear that, Tim?
No.
Becky said they plan on working on it again tomorrow because of what you just said about the weather.
well, let's let it ride.
So what you do is table the resolution.
I'll table the resolution.
Almost, or I'll second that.
And do you have a date to table it to?
Um,
You want to do it to the 9th of January? That's the next
23rd.
meeting.
9 or 23rd, 23rd.
Okay.
It's a month.
Okay, so rephrase the motion, please. You want
I
to
move to table it to the 23rd.
have a motion to table the property addressed at 212 Cedar to the 23rd of January by Brett,
And I still second.
seconded by Tim. Any further discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's tabled till the 23rd.
Okay, so when that rolls around, I'll go look at the property and then I'll come and discuss it with you guys.
If they haven't gotten a hold of you before, or you can send me an email, at least let me know, and I'll send a council email if you hear something before then.
I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Reginald Wagner. Goes by Lee.
Is the address Cedar? Is that right? 212 Cedar?
Yes,
Okay.
I know it's Cedar. Anyways, this is 211 Pine, and I sent a letter out, and he got it, and he called me right away, and I asked him if he could. So the house isn't livable, and he doesn't know really what he wants to do yet with that house. His plans were to fix it up, but now he doesn't know if he could really get his money back out of it if he fixes it up. So I asked him to at least clean the yard. There was like gutter hanging, there was open, broken windows, there was the cellar door was wide open. It was just a mess. There's trees growing up where the porch used to be. And so anyways, he went and he cleaned all that up and it looks really nice. I mean, for an abandoned home. It's clean and he plans to start remodeling in spring.
Oh, wow.
And hopefully he will remodel in spring. We need homes in Eskridge. So, but the property itself, the outside looks really nice.
Do you have pictures of 212 Pine, or did you add 211 Pine? Of this particular property
of this
you're talking
property?
about? Yes.
Not after it was fixed up.
No, but even before.
I don't know. They might be on the computer. Oh, I do.
Can I see one, please?
Oops. Did you want to see yours? Sorry.
That's
Hold on. It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Anxious to see what they can get done with the remodeling.
Yeah. I hope so. It's a really cute house.
Yeah.
Even in the shape it's in. Right behind DRD's.
Right behind who?
DRD's.
Who owns it?
Huh? Somebody say something?
Wagner.
Who owns it?
His name's Reginald Wagner. He's from Hoyt. He also bought the house next to Norman Shaw. And
Okay.
he goes by Lee, though. That's what he said. This is his trade. But he's having a hard time getting help. Like, I mean,
You can't hardly get
Sure.
help in this
Everybody.
town.
You wanna see
any
him?
town, anywhere you
Michelle?
go.
You want to see him?
Please. Yeah, that would make somebody a nice home if they actually fix it
I
up.
thought maybe this might have been the house that's like a block west of the east of the post office.
That letter has been received. I haven't heard anything back yet.
Yeah, that's the one where
If it's
guy
the one I
passed
think you're
away.
talking about.
Guy passed away.
Oh, the one right behind the post office?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, where they had started work on it, and then all of a sudden they
Yeah,
quit.
that
No.
guy passed
That
away.
he's-
I did not know he passed away.
So I'm sure that'll be a tax sale property at some point.
Wow. Okay. The sooner the better on that one.
Yeah.
Or if it's unsalvageable, we could just take care of it.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing was, he was dumping money into it. I mean, trying to improve it. I don't know. I mean, if it's gone, it's gone.
Square.
Well, yeah.
Huh?
Pretty square.
It's square.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
as far as the foundation of the house.
Well, but you don't know with the,
Oh, yeah, the inside.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
a house being abandoned is worse on it than a family of 15 living in it. And all the exposed, windows being gone. And who knows? I love homes. I'm for saving them all.
So where are we at on this 211 Pine then?
He cleaned up the yard and he said he was going to start remodeling come spring. Now, when somebody says come spring, I think of March.
Mhm.
So I will contact him again in March to see where he's at. But the eyesore, the public nuisance, the blighted, it doesn't look like a blighted property anymore. I mean, it looks like an empty house, but I don't know if you've drove by there and seen it. That would be the best probably thing to do.
I'm gonna make a note that we put this on the agenda for March 13th. I don't know what have to be after that. That's a Tuesday anyway. No, I'm the wrong calendar. The 27th would be the first meeting after the official day of spring hits. That way we don't lose track of this.
And I think that's all I've got, guys. And I've got more letters going out and stuff, but much resolution point.
March.
But I appreciate it.
You were doing this 2 weeks ago.
Sorry,
when you
I'm
sat
your
behind.
spot.
So just for my protection.
Yeah.
Okay, Becky, are you having more? Anything else?
I think I'm finished.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, is there any new city business not on the agenda? Okay, bait shop contracts up next. Now, the last time there seemed to have been some questions on that. Julie, do you have any other questions or comments about the bait shop contract as it reads?
No, I said it's all right.
Okay,
I just think all it was. Here, I'll take it. And I'll make painting I'm gonna do out there, but I'll paint some at my leisure.
Well, we should be outside.
Mhm. But other than that, no, I didn't have any problem.
okay.
This one.
Nothing should really need much painting now.
Well, the inside of the bathroom does,
Oh, well.
and the inside of the shower, but other than that, not too much. The outside floor is good.
So the council has a decision to make. Do we want to continue with Julie as a bait shop operator? Or do you want to put it up for bid?
Just fine with continuing.
Now, look at something else right quick.
I have a question. Has anybody contacted the city and said, hey, I'm interested in that position. Are you gonna put it up for a bid?
No.
I'm not aware of anybody that's done that.
I'm not either, and I'm just fine with letting Julie keep it there.
And I'm fine with keeping it.
So you got a final version here, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, do you want to see it?
Only
No.
don't be so sassy.
I do have it.
Well, I was
We can-
just saying, if you have a final version, the method to finalize it would be to offer the current contract to
Julie.
Julie. And she can accept that at her leisure.
Well, they showed it to me last time I was here.
Well, I'm just saying officially, this is that legal song and dance we love so much. We make an offer, you can accept it or reject it.
Yeah.
So they still haven't offered it to you officially. We will hopefully rectify that momentarily or perhaps another day,
I read slow sometimes.
especially when somebody's talking.
Well, no, nothing's changed on this contract since 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I'll tell you that right now. That would have been happening tonight if there were some objections to the way it was written, or if any additions needed to be taken into account, or if any deletions were needed to be taken into account. think there's more detail in this one than previous contracts that we've had. And just doesn't say we can't make changes towards the next contracts or future contracts as we discover concerns that we've got to deal with.
Move to offer the contract to Julie Bisnet as written.
I'll second.
Here we have a motion to approve the contract as written and offer it to Julie Bisnet by Justin, seconded by Tim. Any, I'm sorry, Brett. Sorry, Tim, didn't mean to insult you. Just kidding, of course, Brett, you know that. Seconded by Brett. Is there any further discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 4-0's in favor of offering the contract to Julie. Since she is here tonight, I'm going to ask her if she would like to accept it.
Yes.
Okay,
And we'll ask you to sign it. All parties will execute it. That'll be that. Congratulations.
I can get everybody's signature except the city clerk's tonight if you want.
How did we do that the year before?
Well, y'all didn't get started on it until
Well, I
March.
mean, like, you know, hey, it's 2022 and we're actually doing something
It's
for
signed, sealed,
2023.
delivered.
That's what I was
It's
thinking,
done.
Justin.
I think it's your
Wow.
newfound leadership.
We're hard learned, but we learn
Okay,
eventually.
now we're through with the bait shop contract.
Amen.
Approved 4-0. And Todd, you're up.
To note, I met with the attorneys for Mr. McGivern. They have invited me to the location of the property on the 29th, Thursday at 10 o'clock, in which they're going to show what they're going to do after they remove the shoreline, whatever it is, the cement shoreline cover. I say walkway, but it really is more than a walkway. So this is kind of what we talked about, what they're going to do after that's removed, as far as stone and erosion control and stuff like that. So that's when they're just going to. I'm supposed to go down there and they're going to show me.
Because how they were supposed to fix it was to make it back natural, right?
Yeah, and I told them that what you guys have been aiming for, you got two watchwords here, which is one,
Julie?
I'm not leaving.
erosion control, number one, and then two, that it's done with natural stone or local stone that matches the surroundings. Meaning, if they can go to Higginstone, say, who are over on Massoy Road.
Building big pieces of stone to match the area,
Yeah, and that maybe
not small cut stone.
well, and that's what this is supposed to be about. So hopefully I'll get some general plan about what the idea is and we'll report on that, but that's what they're wanting to do. So I agreed. Better get this on the front end than to have them try it and make a mess of it.
Mhm. Sounds good.
All right, that's it.
Okay, do we have any council concerns? I will admit that tonight I have nothing to be addressing the council with.
I'm glad I was
Christmas
sitting there.
dinner is a done deal, right?
What's the question?
Christmas dinner, that's all set in stone.
I need Brett, an answer from Brett and Annie, and otherwise we're all set.
Right.
And it'd be at Hilda's on the 7th of January at 5 p.m. and you and a guest
What day is that?
this Saturday. And it's a choice of steak or chicken. Tim, you talked to her once before about appetizers. Did you specifically tell her what kind?
Oh, I talked to Debbie, and Debbie Van Cleve works for her.
Okay.
I haven't been able to get to her, but I think if she had questions, she'd probably reach out.
Well, I'll make a point to talk to her this week.
Okay. I gave her some ideas of some of the cool stuff that Becky used to do,
Okay.
games and door prizes and whatnot.
Becky's gone. You don't have to butter her up.
And I would like to say next year, instead of one person taking it upon themselves to do this, I think we need to discuss it as a council as to where we're going to go. And this was all taken care of before we ever talked about it.
I don't know if it was
Well,
taken care of.
Tim talked to her first, and I don't know if you did too, Brad.
I did after the meeting.
It is the only restaurant in town.
Well, we've got the Wild Olives too.
They're not in
And,
town.
well, they rent from the
Customer,
city.
Yeah.
They pay rent to the city. So, you know, just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've had it out there before.
Mm-hmm.
It's been years, but we have.
They're so different before they all change.
Okay.
Yeah, good
Does
job.
anybody have any council comments? Anybody else?
I just wanted to see if we got a chainsaw yet for the care for out at the lake.
No, we have not.
Okay.
If we have, I'm not aware of it. Just put it that way.
Can we put that on the to do to get done first of the year?
It's on my list that I haven't discussed with you guys yet. It will do in January.
Chainsaw.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
Motion to adjourn, seconded by Brett. Those in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned, 8:08.
No.
Richard, thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
No, my sinuses. I've been inside with cats all day and I'm allergic to them too. So.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You too, Tim. Be
I'm
careful.
going to be sitting happy in my house.
Thank you, Todd.
On New Year's Eve.
Save face.
That's, yeah, that is, doesn't get much safer than your living room.
There you go.
I don't know.
At least we hope.
And then New Year's Day, I get my new washer. Yay!
We getting presents first day.
Big football game.
Well,
Yeah.
Who's that?
2 days before Christmas, our washer
Who's that?
died.
Tomorrow?
Is Ohio State and
Oh,
Georgia
they're
playing?
playing? Oh, okay.
Don't they play tomorrow in the Liberty Bowl?
Yeah. Oh, sounds right.
Yeah.
You asking a
You're
Wildcat
talking to a
about
K
it.
State.
Thanks for bringing it, Todd. I
Yeah.
could use one. like
So you could care less.
Yeah. Oh, I know it's there, but yeah.
And then of course Saturday morning,
Yeah, that's
you know.
that's the good
that.
one.
One for your nursing service
Yep.
and yeah, destroyed for that on my way home. Airline.
Take care, everybody.
I'm gonna put the tape recorder here with this.
Okay, and I'll leave it with Stephanie.
Oops, that's a. Whose file is that? Is that Becky's
Yep.
file?
What? Who's what? Oh, I don't know. She'll be in here tomorrow because there's a file on this desk in here. So if it is Becky's, I'll put it over there too.
Well, you can walk it out. Besides me.
Yep.
All right. See ya.
Finish her up. Thank you, Todd. Be careful New Year's Eve. Ah,
Where was it? You want me to sign
Cindy,
that?
yes.
Huh?
I'll put it on this paper here. That's your file too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not the right file.
Oh, there's on this table in here.
I mean, yeah, that's mine. Thank you.
Julie, did you want to sign my copy?
Absolutely.
And then I'll just leave it with,
Stephanie? So, do you just want me to get it ready and have Stephanie sign it tomorrow?
what's that?
Oh, that's
This is-
different.
this-
I'm sorry.
You're talking about this one here?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll just,
you can have it. You
Get
gave
it all
to-
ready.
You gave this to me and said this was the.
so
the
you
one we
signed
did.
it?
I signed it, and
Okay.
I don't think I dated it.
You got me a check too?
Yeah, but it's not completely signed. It's missing a signature.
Oh, I guess.
Do I have you a check?
Sure.
I don't remember if I saw it in there.
I don't have one.
Okay,
I don't think I have one. Do I?
yeah, I think you
do?
do, but you need a, we need another third signature.
Oh.
I thought I saw one.
Do you have eggs? I need to go and get some eggs.
I don't think we even have a dozen. The weather turned cold and they decided that they weren't gonna
Okay.
be happy until it warms
Well,
up.
we're
I
going to
think.
make chicken and noodles at Matt's on New Year's Day.
But if you want the next available dozen, I'll let
Oh,
Martha
if
know.
they're ready by the week.
How long?
I'm going to need them next Sunday.
Oh, by Sunday, okay.
Yeah.
I'll let her
If
know.
not, I mean, it's no big deal. We can just use
I don't think I have one too.
store eggs.
You got, I think you got
No,
one
you left
somewhere.
nothing. That's not your
Because-
paper.
Where are my?
I had surgery last
Or
week.
did you have a folder on the desk?
No.
Okay,
Okay. I gotta go retrieve my
all
car.
right. Maybe I
Did
saw
we
it in here.
record this
Becky.
meeting?
Yes.
Oh, I need to turn it off.
Oh, are we still recording?
Great.
Yay.
You'd think we didn't say anything inappropriate.
I know,
did we?
right?
Of course, it's still on. They can still hear it. Right?
I know, with you here, there's a 50-50 shot. 50-50 shot.
Becky Frank. Yes, Becky, you have a check.
Brett's not a